3000, altimeter 2989.
Descend 13,000.
Mark, hello, hello. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well.
Cathay 840.
New York approach.
Steve, hello to you as well. Lido, so today 19 Zulu with the update. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, Mark, I'll tell you the story later.
Vectors for 31 right.
Yeah, so welcome. So flying Muscat to Dubai, Airline Maktoum. You love a good story, I can imagine. Yeah. Indeed, indeed. Right, almost ready.
Cathay 40 heavy, descend and maintain 3000.
Descend maintain 3000, Cathay 840.
That was 668 heavy, flight in 180.
Heading of 180.
Yes, Tommy, I'm messing about a bit at the moment with some graphic stuff.
So the 668 heavy, descend at 13,000, altimeter is 2989.
2989, descend to 13,000.
Yeah, so if the A320 update comes out at 1900 Zulu, then we may switch around the schedule today. Because I was planning to do the flight to Dubai and back again. Two pretty short flights, and then I was going to plan to go into DCS. But if the A320 update comes out, I may try that. We'll see. Right, so then let's have a look here. Hello, hello. Right, here we are. Just need to check something really quickly. Now all the sounds are on. Yeah, so welcome. Here we are in Muscat, X-Plane 12, and again we're using SimHaven, or SimHeaven. I don't know why I say Haven, SimHeaven, and of course map enhancement. And I've been asked by the developers of Skydom, who made the Dubai Al Maktoum scenery, if I could showcase it. So I said, yeah, well, don't accept any more free copies. So I bought this one myself today, and so we'll check out the Dubai Al Maktoum. It's in the airport, not far away from the official Dubai airport, and it's got the, for example, it's got some cargo stuff there, and it has the Emirates Flight School there. So once we get there, we'll have a look at the scenery, and we'll have a look and see what it is all about. Yeah, Mark. So I was so mad this morning because yesterday I talked to my instructor regarding my Cessna flight today, and so the aircraft was supposed to go into the 50-hour check, but you are allowed to go over the limit by 5 hours, and yesterday the aircraft stood at 3 hours, so we thought, okay, we can do 2 more. So we contacted the chief at the flying club, and he said, yeah, sure, go ahead, take the plane, no worries. So we both arrived this morning, 9 o'clock sharp. We opened the hangar door, walked into the hangar, and no aircraft. So maintenance had pulled the aircraft out to do the service on it, and so that'll take about 2 or 3 days, it seems. And then so no flying for me today, which was a real bummer, because the weather cleared up nicely, so it's been quite good today. But now it's hopefully the 12th. It's next week, 12th, next scheduled flight lesson. So keeping fingers crossed, the aircraft will be ready then, and we'll be able to fly as well regarding the weather. Okay, so let's have a quick look here at the. Yeah, it's. I'm not gonna lie, it is a bit weird, the whole way the training is going at the moment. Yeah, not as expected. So, but nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. All right. Anyways, let's hop into the plane. Good. So we have the FlightFactor 777 And I've just realized I have to do a few more views. I've got most views done, but I need to do a couple more. So create new, and that's going to be, what's this going to be? This is going to be called FCU. And we're going to take that's this one, that's this one, all right. And then we're into over panel. And Aviama, hello. Right, yeah, I was following the update stuff regarding the A320, and I don't know. It's so weird. Again, the content creators, they already have it, which is fine. I don't mind that. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to see what kind of improvement they got. And also, I would argue that pretty much most content creators have a very beefy PC because they have the money, obviously, that they get, you know, sponsorships, or, you know, the community chimes in with financial support, and then, you know, they usually would be very motivated to have a really, really strong PC. Same for me, right? So I don't know, you know, how that is, you know, as set as a benchmark really for those that don't have such good PCs, right? And so I'll be interested to find out what my 4090 and my 9800 X3D will make of it, of the update. And I'll show you again. Oh yeah, another thing, I've not seen anyone show the FPS counter to see the you know, the main threads, how they are performing, right? Avimar, from what you could see, there are improvements. Okay. Yeah, but again, honestly, I don't trust anyone's verdicts these days. I just trust my own. So when I see it on my PC, and I can actually see what has improved, then, you know, then I believe it. Otherwise, I don't. Right, let's go pedestal, and then I think I'm almost done. We'll take this one, and then I want one more for the EFB. And I think then we're good. Right, so how are you guys? How's the heat? Here in Germany, we've got 32 degrees, crazy warm, I have to say. Good, so while we're here, let me go first power up the aircraft. So we're going to get the battery on. Going to check wipers, hydraulic. We're going to check flaps, slats, speed brakes, fuel control, and weather radar. Should be off anyhow. All right, let's go and switch on the external power. Get the Adiro on. Emergency lights. Window heat. Seatbelts. Looks good. Auto. Left light on. Recirculation fans on. Temperatures. Somewhere here. All the back stuff on. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, that has to be on as well. I don't know if you saw that discussion going on regarding the trim speed indication on the PFD. And so one of my Discord members, or one of my community members, wrote something on the FlightFactor Discord saying, you know, it would be nice to get kind of a trim speed indication on the PFD, even though it's not realistic in the 777. I mean, the A320 has it, apparently, IRL as well, so that you can see what speed the aircraft is trimmed to, right? Because it is using the in-trim speed to kind of modulate the forces on the yoke, simulate a conventional aircraft regarding the trimming. But of course, for those people that don't have a force feedback yoke, it's always a bit of an issue, right? Because they can't feel where the speed trim actually is. And so I wrote and said, you know, guys, I don't understand what the big issue is regarding having that as an option, not as default, but in somewhere in the EFB or something, have an option for those that want it. And then the reply was like, it's not difficult for us, you know, it's easy to program, but they don't see why they really should. And, you know, there's not many people, or not anyone requesting it, blah, blah, blah. And I just thought, well, if it's not difficult, then you have even less an excuse just to implement it for those that, you know, that really appreciate it. Because I know there are people, because I get the feedback, there are lots of people that would actually, you know, wouldn't mind having it. But we'll see. I believe it once it's in. Hey, Lee, wie geht's dir? Gute. Yeah, Lee, I have a, like I said, I have air conditioning as well. I'm super happy with it. Very, very happy to have it. Right, so the Ardero is aligning. Now, let me just get the position in here. And then let me have a look here as well regarding initialized flight. I have already pulled in the flight plan. So that should be working. Now, external service airplane, weight and balance. Fill from sim brief, loading page. Let's load. Loading in progress, okay. So the question is, do we get the whole shenanigans now with the high loader? That's it. Hey Bruno, how are you doing? Yeah, Lee, I'm doing good. I was just annoyed that my flight lesson didn't take place this morning because the aircraft wasn't there and nobody told us. So my instructor and me looked pretty stupid when we opened the hangar door and there was no aircraft in it. Yeah, next week hopefully. Yeah. Does this livery have? No, it does not. I don't think even the FlightFactor doesn't have D-rames or drames. At least I've never seen it. The only aircraft I know it has Wiggy is the FSLabs A320. Right, it's beeping at me, so it wants something from me. Let's see. So menu, external cert mode, menu, ground services. Right, let's have a look at the page down. So I do have to request all of those. Then we want to have the fueler as well, right? Yeah, let's go fuel here. Cool. Alejandro, hello. Yeah, good. As you saw in the intro, flight time is approximately only 45 minutes. It's a very short hop. Now, SimBrief gave me initially a level of 200, but I think we are pretty light. So I think we can go ahead and go level 300. So that's what I'm planning with. There comes our loader. All right, so 15 tons, round about 15.2 maybe for block fuel. We have a zero fuel weight 2331. Weather pretty hot, I think it is. Here in Muscat we still have northeasterly winds, and we have 32 degrees, altimeter 1000. Oh, I need my FMS. I need my FMS. Give me a second. Although I may do it over the... okay, so look at that. So Dubai, Al Maktoum has 5 kilometers, a bit of dust. And 45 degrees Celsius. Crazy. Hello, Hayden. How are you doing? That is crazy hot. Ay, 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 ay. Right, so I think we need to open some doors, right? Yeah. So let's have a quick look here. Doors. Airplane doors. So we want to have aft, bulk, forward. There we go. Now we can start loading the aircraft. Perfect. Okay. So, fuel currently is 18.1. And I don't think we're fueling just yet. Weight and balance. The loading page. So let's unload the fuel. Mr. Chucky, hello. You're eyeballing to buy the 777F for flights, Maktoum flights from 2024. A question, because I only have the 737. How is the performance compared? Yeah, Lee, no worries, no worries. Honestly, from my memory, I haven't flown the PNG 777 for a while, but from my memory, it isn't bad. But then again, the question is, are you able to use DLSS, frame gen? Because I think that's the big issue. Then if you are, then you shouldn't have any issues really. Good, okay, so let's load. Okay, so there we go, now they are loading. Excellent. Oh, we got the elephant again. Now I know you can do the things with, you know, manual stuff. You can get a car or something in there, but I've forgotten again how to set that now regarding. Yeah, I'm not gonna say this. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna load the aircraft. Good. So we've got the overhead panel done. Let's have the heat off. It's hot, isn't it? And then this panel. Let's get all of the radios on. Ground, core. And we are on VATSIM. If anybody wants to fly along, feel free. Exclamation mark. Hey Lilienthal, wie geht's dir? Yeah, to Jacob, that's a very good question. So indeed, if you have, I had it once where we had to have an A321 defueled, and you are correct. You need a fueling truck that is especially assigned to defueling, because as you say, there is a risk of contaminating other fuel, and so you need a special cleaned fuel truck that takes on the fuel from the aircraft. So it's not as simple and probably not as cheap as you would expect. Yeah. Yeah, so in my opinion, I mean, unless someone else has some other feedback, in my opinion, you should be okay with the 777 regarding performance. We have a good database. There's the routing. Let's load that. Activate, execute it. We have FMC com descent forecast. Let's request that. Also, let's request wind data. It's a very short en route phase, so we're actually probably not going to need much. So let's go back to init and reject that data. And we'll fill that in later manually. And we've got some center online. I'm not sure if that is here. Let's have a quick look here. That's and I would have, guys, if anyone hears anything about the A320 release or the update release, please let me know. Would be very interested to try it. If it doesn't come out, we'll fly the Huey in DCS later on. You are correct. I'm not sure why it's defueling more than it's not supposed to defuel that much. Loading page, pause, and then reload. Yeah, that's strange. Why? Yeah, but good catch, Jacob. Thanks. Otherwise, it would have taken a lot longer in the end. Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, so let's have a look. Route data, wind data, descent forecast. Try again. Resting. Oh, I know one. Disregard, because we haven't entered. I'm going to enter 300. So of course it can't. Oh, yeah, it can't load wind data if you don't tell it what levels we're at. So let's load the wind. There we go. Now we can. That's coming twice, 3 times. Approach. Legs, route data, load the wind data. Now we have that as well. We'll execute that. Alright, so. Yeah, still fueling, but it should be about 15 tons something. So we'll check that. Alright, and so we are expecting a final reserve of 6.8. 6.8. Cost index is 29. That's what we can enter here as well. 29. And yeah, the rest we'll get with the final figures. The same for the performance. Regarding ATC, let's have a quick look here. No, there's no ATC here. No ATC here. Right. So we can squawk 2000, and we're going to go with 8 right. So currently we have 50x2. It's interesting. It says 6,000 meters on the METAR, but I'm pretty sure we have more than that, right? Yeah, I would definitely say so. We have more than 6 kilometers. Yeah, we have more than 6 kilometers at the moment. Definitely. THP, hello. Guten Abend. Grüße nach Dresden. Dankeschön. Mir geht's gut. Wie geht's dir? So 15.2. So it should finish any second now. Perfect. Thank you, Jacob. Now we have the correct value. I appreciate that. And Miller, hello. Well, I'm not using Chase plane. I'm using something called Aura X. So it's a kind of a chase plane for X plane, but it's not called chase plane. It's called Aura X. So it finishes 1,000. Let's synchronize that. Here's a little click spot to synchronize that. And we can set 1,000 as well. Fantastic. Cool. That can go on as well. That can go on. That can go on. And we'll set the heading duck. Runway heading. And yeah, so we'll take 8 right. We are currently parked here, so it's actually all the way down 8 right. Well, that's fine with me. 8 right. And departing then, let's see how are there any departure routes? Yeah. So it's just basic Murmur. Do we have Murmur in the flat plan? Duckbuck. So in this case, yeah, we're just going to get rid of vectors and then direct to the first fix, just like in the US. So we take 8 right, Sierra 08 right Delta, and then yeah, we'll turn left at some point to Duckbuck. Probably when we get close to 4,000, or maybe sooner if we're over the water. Hey Jora, wie geht's? Ah, THP, gratuliere. Das heißt, du hast geheiratet. So somebody got married, nice. Yeah, my daughter's getting married on Thursday. So officially, Standesamt, and the big celebration is then on the 15th. So, yeah, THP, the best wishes to you. Iowa Scotsman, hello. What do we do here? Yes. 084 083. There you go. Oops. 083, and then we'll pin that as well. Good. So departure takes us 083 3000, and then we go left turn to the first fix, sector 4136, and high terrain to the south. Pretty straightforward. Excellent. Everything's aligned. And departure arrival. Now for the arrival into Dubai Al Maktoum, I am planning the ILS 30, and there we're supposed to have the Umami for Zulu arrival. Oops. Umami for Zulu. Oops. Oh. There it is. And we'll have execute. Now let's have a quick look how that looks on the flight plan. So the Umami takes us to Geksik, and then from there it should be, yep, Geksik on the ILS. So let's quickly have a look at the plan mode, and then we're going to skip through here, step, and then you can see, yeah, Sinpo, Uxil, and then onto the ILS. There's one discontinuity here. Yeah, we can close that. So just take this fix, put it in here, execute, and now it is all closed, including the missile bridge. Fantastic. I am going to go route copy complete, and let's have a quick look here as well for the load sheet. They're still loading, it seems. And they're not quite finished here, and they're finished up in the cargo hold, it seems. Oh yeah, elephant is in. Well, there's not much cargo in here. Not really making much revenue, are we? Alrighty. So missing about 10 tons. 10 tons. What we can do though, we can take the estimated takeoff weight and start with the calculations. So we have a planned takeoff weight of 248, let's say. So let's go performance. Oscar, Sierra, runway 8 right, don't need intersection dry, and let's go, it's fixed. So yeah, 050 at 2, and It's even in knots, fantastic. 31 degrees, and QNH is 1000. So we did say 248. So 248, and CG probably around 25ish. We'll take pretty light. So we'll take takeoff 2. Assumed. Well, actually, let's just take takeoff 2. Let's not mix that up. Let's just take takeoff 2, 20%, less thrust, flat 5, engine ITIs off, obviously. So that's probably the values we're going to get. 44, 48, 52. Nomad Skype. No, I've never flown. Well, I've flown cargo ops on a 737 a long time ago when I was the first officer, but we had fish, we had live fish, we had things like poultry, mice, so kind of smaller animals, but never ever did we have elephants. Dogs, of course, dogs, cats, rabbits, worms, but no elephants. No. Now I'm happy to see that X-Plane 12, so the last streams I did in X-Plane 12 have shown some good interest, so some good viewing numbers. I am planning to bring out a little short video on my settings in the next 1 or 2 days, and then yeah, I'll talk about the pros and cons regarding the smooth motion. So while of course it's great, so it's like a DLSS frame gen here in X-Plane with the Vulcan engine, but the downside really is that just like on NVIDIA DLSS, it does need quite a lot of VRAM. So at least 16 gigabyte VRAM is required. Otherwise, you're not going to get the same results that I have. Sonich, you asked, would you always enter rival into FMS? Yeah. Yeah, we always do. I know it could be that some airlines have a different SOP, so standard operating procedure for that, but for us, we've always entered a rival routing. And the thing is, so this thing here, so your flight plan, right? At the end, it has this field. It's the ATC flight plan, and it has an arrival routing. And the thing is, if you have lost communications in flight and you're under IFR rules and you can't land anywhere else, ATC is expecting you to fly exactly what you filed. And hence, that's why, yeah, we always enter that, because that is the flight plan route that ATC expects us to fly as well. Yeah, so the thing is that X-Plane, and I talked about it before, is that there was a risk of X-Plane actually, falling behind a lot more, like prepared from Lockheed Martin. Luckily, they have really pushed some good updates out, performance improvements, visual improvements. And so, yeah, we're seeing more scenery updates now. And the thing with map enhancement and SimHeaven Pro, it can look really, really good. So I'm very happy. Right, I'm going to quickly check my loading page. So almost there. Now, at the moment, the CG is completely out of limits. But we'll have to wait what happens. And I have a feeling it is because of the loading up here. But we can just simply press optimize CG once everything's finished. And then, that helps us a lot. Good. Let's get the order break to RTO already. Here we have everything pretty much set. And that can go to above 2000. That goes to above 0. Yep. So hopefully we're going to get the aircraft load. Yeah, 2 more tons and then we're finished up. However, what we can do is start the APU and then let's quickly have a look through there. It looks alright, doors. And let's have a look at the checklist. Now, normally first flight of the day, you would make sure that you would reset all checklist so that you start fresh. Right, pre-flight oxygen test, flight instruments, we've got heading 353 and altimeter is 1000 at 20 feet is checked, and that's the pre-flight checklist complete. You know it, hello. Yeah, so you know it's just I've been asked by some senior developer if I would be willing to showcase their Dubai Al Maktoum scenery, which was released about 4 weeks ago, and I said yeah. However, I'm not accepting the free copies, so I did buy it myself. Yeah, we'll fly there. Also, I mean, we haven't flown that much. We haven't flown that much. Physics official, hello. You got a question about the 777 and the 787 on takeoff as takeoff thrust is applied. The flapper ones drop down. I've read that there is some sort of hydraulic bypass until 80 knots. That's a good question. Yeah, Bruno, are you in? Because I think that's what I heard as well regarding. But I would have to check. The thing is, the weird or frustrating thing for me is that in the tutorials, so even in our 787 ground course, it never said anything about the flapper and droop on takeoff. There was no reference to that, which I mean, I can check here in my documents. Let me just give me a second for that. Let's have a look if I can get you an answer. Because I do have an F code here. So, let's have a quick look. So we have search and flaperon. So there's just one thing about normal flight control synoptic. Flaperon indication. That's the only reference I have at the moment. We'll try. I'm going to ask Bruno because Bruno. Oh, Yoda even, yeah. Yeah. Even Yoda, maybe. Hey, Stamada. Yeah, it's nice. I like the 777 here. Lovely. Good. We finished loading, and so we should have a load sheet. And nevertheless, let me have a quick look here. Yeah, so CG is still out of limits. Let's optimize the CG. So we've moved some pallets around, and I think we need to resend the load sheet. Aircraft loaded. quick look because I think that's going to be different, isn't it? Let's check. So we have yeah, how do I resend the load sheet? Let's take 177.4. So take 177.4. Put that in there. 192.7. That's a lot. Is that a lot less than we expected? Yeah, hang on. What happened here? How come we've got... Yeah, that's the OOMS refuel rate. Loading page. Fuel load. So I cheated a bit, right? So I've done that now, full load. And so we've done that now. Let's see if I can find the values here. So, nope, that's not working. That's weird. Well, I mean, normally the loadmaster would make sure that the center of gravity, so that the pallets are loaded in a manner that the center of gravity is optimized, because that saves a lot of fuel, especially on the long-range flights. Now, honestly, this is so weird. What's happening again? Page. No. So now it says zero fuel weight is 233. Let's have a look. So the question is it what we have, or is it just... Oh yeah, no, hang on. Let's do... now it's... I think now it worked. Yeah, no, I think we've got it. I don't know why that has to be so difficult sometimes. Okay, alright, so now I think we've fixed that. Yeah, there we go. So 232.2. So 232.2. And that's 247.6. And that's more like it. We'll take that. Now just keep pressing the sim brief button until it turns green. Okay. Yeah, we got it working as well now. So just adjust it manually. That's fine now. Cool. So we have 28.6 CG. And yeah, 28.6. So let's go check the performance again. So I'm just going to change that to 28. And the takeoff weight, yeah, leave that as it is. So we calculate that now. And so we have takeoff 2, flaps 5. So the takeoff 2, flaps 5. And CG 28. 4.75. And the speeds, they are 44, 48. And 152. 152. Now on that VNAV should work. Fantastic. Heading altitude 10,000 speed as well. And still no ATC. Status. What's broken? Let's have a quick look here. Status. Oh. Yoda, I need your help. So that's something with the MEL then. Let's have a quick look here. Let's have a quick look here. Yeah, plane. Dispatch, there we go. Yeah. Alright, so we have okay, so we have normal anti-skid valves. So we have 12 installed, required 10, operational are 11. Okay, so we have one missing. Maybe inoperative provided manual braking capability on alternate brakes is verified to operate normally. One valve plus each 6-wheel truck may be provided with brake is deactivated by clapping the brake line. One transducer plus 6. Okay, related messages. We have anti-skid valve L1L. No, that's normal. That's a different one. Okay, so what else is broken? Something's disconnected. So look at the amber ones. So the rest seems okay. Hey, fly with 757. Okay, so yeah, so we have two messages of status. Maintenance has checked and dispatched via MEL. Okay, the rest is done. So let's do the rest of the items. Let's get all the doors closed. Service, chops, GPU, stairs. I'm going to have, that's all done already, fantastic. And then doors, that's on. Check the doors here. Doors auto, looking good. Excellent. Right, let's do the before start items, assuming we have received our clearance. Fuel pumps on, nothing in the center tank. Good. We'll do one recall check. So we're looking for engine, anti-ice, TCAS, cargo heat after none. Cargo heat after. Yeah, so TCAS. Now, anti-skid. I guess that has to do with our issue. Well, that shouldn't really be an issue once we started the engines. Okay, so the air conditioning is good. So let's read the checklist. So transponder we got on as well. So we have before start seat belts are on. Doors and windows closed. MCP, we have V2152 heading 083, altitude 10,000, ticker speeds. 144, 148, 152 on DTO2. CE pre-flight is completed. Trim, let's hope we get 4.75. 4.75, 00, taxi takeoff briefing completed. And that's the before start check is completed already. So I'm going to push back this way.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
My day, it started a bit annoying because I was supposed to fly today, get another flying lesson, but the aircraft wasn't there, so it's in maintenance. A bit of a communication problem. So nobody told us.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Muscat traffic, Emirates 294 heavy, stand front of the cargo hangar, will push back now. It's quite interesting. It's quite cloudy here today, so I love the cloud simulation. Look at that beautiful cloud cover, really nice, lovely. Looks great. Gently lifted up.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Nice. So you flew with Lufthansa, and hence you were missing the stream. Nice. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Hope it was on time. Beautiful aircraft. I love the 777. I love the form. I love the elegant shape. Very nice indeed. Great. Cool. So we've done the checklist. Engine page is open. We've got the GEs, so we have to start them one at a time. Let's start left engine. Yeah, I love the sounds as well. Right, let's start the right engine. Oh, you saw this 747 in 100 years livery. Nice. Hello, hello. N2. Oh. That's why.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
There we go now.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
It's quite interesting that with the smooth motion on, it kind of has the same issues with the, well, that's internal view. Okay, this one. Is it me or is that viewpoint a little bit strange? I have a feeling I'm sitting way too high. That's better, isn't it?
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Thank you. Have a great day. See you next time. Right, APU is off. We got the panel set. Flaps are moving. We are going to check the flight controls here. So flight control page. Make sure everything's moving. Rudder. And here's the all clear signal. Thank you very much, sir. And I'm going to go check the recall. Oh, anti-skid. Ah! Okay. Now, it has to do with the MEL item, but I didn't think that was going to be an issue. Alright, let's do the anti-skid. Alright, so we've got condition both of the following code. Automatic control of both center demand pumps fails. No. System. Alright, so auto brake selector off. Note the auto brake system is inoperative. Use minimum braking consistent with runway length conditions to reduce space of tire blowout. Do not apply brakes until the nose wheel is on the ground. Well, I think we have some work for Yoda to do. Because normally now we can't do maintenance here. 9. The problem is, so IRL, I wouldn't go flying with this, right? Because anti-skid is important. Chicken. Chicken banana. It is a no-go item. So here's the thing. Normally, the MEL only applies as long as the engines aren't running. Okay, so once the engines are running and you're taxiing, let's say, MEL no longer applies. So any failure arising, you have to treat it at that very time regarding failure. If it's just a status, you could just ignore it. Right, because already off blocks. But I mean, that's a failure of a big system, so definitely something. You know, we just quickly. So we ask, we can stop here. There's nobody around here, so we're just going to stop here for now. APU is starting. All in maintenance. They're on their way. I did not see that coming. I did not see that as being an issue. Come on. Is it the APU still too hot? Are you kidding me? That's the thing. I think external services like the ground services. No, I've not said any failure. These are, so here in the FlightFactor 777, you can select service-based failures. So from time to time, you will run into issues. Now, the only thing I saw earlier was on the status page. So it had something with anti-skid valve, and I thought that was covered by the MEL, but obviously not. Let me try that again. Yeah, Capitan, indeed, yeah. There we go, now the APU is starting. Let's see, let's forget that. So I'm going to go beacon off so that the maintenance can. And of course, we would also then have the doors back into manual, just in case they do come on board. All right, so let me have a quick look here now with maintenance. So airplane maintenance. Ground crew personnel. There's a question. Airplane and service. Maintenance. Engine gear service. Is it gear service then? I mean, it's not hydraulics, is it? Now we can't do full reset. Just gonna wait and see. Just I'm curious. It should be here within 1 or 2 minutes. Just curious to see if when they come here with the gear service, if we can get that fixed now. Now I need to contact ground crew to approach the. Yeah, but I'll have the communications disabled because yeah, so I don't have the voice up because that's for me that's annoying. I don't like that. Under captain's commands. Okay, here. So ground crew here. So that thing. Ah, okay. Okay. So, yeah, Lido, enjoy. So gear services here. Okay, so let me do this, okay? Right, so we fixed it, okay? So maintenance has come and said, oh yeah, there we go. It only took us 5 minutes. Yeah, right. Yoda, you know, the magic, doing his magic, and everything's fixed. Perfect. All right. Cool, so we've done that, APU is available. We'll get the external power off again. So that can go. And we'll get the ground service back. Everything's fixed. So we need to go with the normal checklists. We're going to reset the checklist here. So before start, seatbelts set, doors are now back in automatic. V2152 heading 083, 10,000, fuel is still good. Performance remains the same, 444852. See the brief still completed. Trim still 4.7500. Taxi takeoff briefing, and now I'm going to set the beacon on again. We would contact ATC again regarding startup, and they would say clear to start up again. And here we go, everything's clear of the aircraft. So we'll start up engine left again. And this time hopefully it works. Hey MAN, doing well. And Ali, hello. Oh, did I put the, no, of course I did not. I keep forgetting. Bit of motoring is always good. Nice. Let's start the right engine. Yeah. They are massive. So as you all know, the circumference of this engine is the same size as the fuselage of a 737. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Doesn't look like it, does it? So you can imagine, you know, 6 seats here, including a little yeah, so it's interesting, it doesn't do the animations when I'm in the inside view. Yoda, Dankeschön. That's much appreciated, Yoda. Ah, now anti-skid is working fantastic. Good. Over the panel again, APU off. The rest remains the same. We are going to check flight controls. It is vital. So we'll have full up, full down, full left, full right, rudder, left, right. Flaps already set. Recall check just for TCAS. That's exactly how it should be. Right, let's do the before taxi checklist. Recall was checked. Flight controls checked. Ground equipment is clear, and that's now the before taxi checklist. Right, so Yoda, you said you've sent me some info regarding the flaperon. There was a question earlier on regarding. Where did you, Yoda? Where did you put it? Under. Oh, there we go. Got it. Yeah, just took a while. So. The actuators of the flaperons PCU are in the bypass mode when takeoff thrust is applied. This is to prevent heavy loads on the actuator because the engine blast could hit the flaperon, causing stress on the power control unit to keep it in place. Okay, so it has to do with the fact that, you know. So we can see the flaperon is right behind the engine there, right? So the reason why, when you set the takeoff thrust, the flaperon droops down. So this thing here, it droops down so that it can freely move about with the airflow until you hit a certain airspeed, and then at 80 knots, the airflow takes care of the thrust vector, so the thrust is then more funneled, and then the flaperon can actually be used again without having to fight against the jet blast. Yeah, cool. Thank you much, Yoda, for that information. Really cool. Very nice background info. That's great. Muscat traffic, Emirates 294 heavy taxiing runway 8 right in Muscat. Brakes are working. So we're just going to taxi down. Huh, what a view. Oh, the crane's actually moving. They're all working. GG's. Very nice. Oh, 25 knots. Speeding. Speeding. Oh, look at that view. Great. Crazy. What a wingspan. Well, we have only freight. The box says, exactly. So we have an elephant, I think. Yeah, so the elephant was wondering what's going on, but the rest, all good. Good, no changes. Fuel 18 tons is still going to be enough for us. That's fine. We have a bit of extra today, and so cabin's also ready. Let's read a before takeoff checklist. Flaps, yeah, so that's already before takeoff checklist completed. Now I'm going to put the TCAS on already, just in case anybody is in the approach. It's very nice. Muscat scenery. Oh yeah, and by the way, so Lilo, the developer of the X-Pro Turb contacted me. And he said that, so I have to have the G-loaded camera on. Now, I don't know, how do I see if it's on or not? Because I click it, it doesn't do anything. So I'm a bit confused whether or not my app here, so the professional, if that app is actually working or not. So it says, okay, X-plane turbulence suppressed. X-Pro Turb full control active. So hence, as far as I'm concerned, it is working. And Captain Pelican asks, regard Moser force feedback based, don't it give you consistent and legal feedback? So most at the moment I'm using it with helicopters, and there you do get the telemetry back in X-Plane and in Microsoft, where you can have the the stick shaking, so you do get the feedback. So yeah, it is working. Now, obviously, on an A320, there is no haptic feedback. There is just a certain resistance. Aura X overrides it. Yeah, but I mean, how can Aura X override the turbulence settings? I mean, turbulence, yes, because of the head movement. But let's say I don't care about the head movement. All I care about how the turbulence acts on the aircraft. That's what I care about. That's what I'm confused about. Right, here's full length. Muscat traffic. Emirates 294 heavy is lining up departing 8 right in Muscat. Stormy Flyer, no. There is a person on our Discord that has written made a file where I think it kind of simulates that locking, but it doesn't really have the full locking mechanism. Good. We have T-Class, no traffic. Let's get the lights on, strobes on. Prepare for departure. Yoke cam is on, and we are ready. Let's do it rolling. We will start the time. Nice. Off we go. Take off. Thrust ref. Yes, please. Flag, we're good now. Let's check this. V1, rotate. Oh yeah, look at that view. Nice. Nice, I love that. Thrust ref, enough speed, enough. Passing flaps 5, here comes flaps 1. Pilot is on, we'll turn left. Heading selected. I'll wait a few more seconds. Let's go, flaps up. Look at the flapper on. Oh yeah, nice. Can't tell you how great it is to have that running so smooth. Zero stutters, and the visuals looks brilliant. It looks so good. Absolutely amazing. Aviation Lifestyle, you flew Emirates 777W 2 weeks ago from Dubai to Hyderabad, isn't it? Hyderabad? It's not a game, exactly. Oh, really? 3 hours late? That's bad luck. We're already reaching 10. No. Just going to say we are reaching 10,000. Right, let's go en route. We'll go direct to Dapok. And we're going to hit LNAV. Again, 40 minutes flight time, very short flight. So it's the thrust ref, enough speed, and the transition is in 13,000 feet. It's interesting to see some cloud today. This part. Beautiful. Hyderabad, yeah. I've been to Hyderabad. IRL on the 787 last year. I'm not sure. Hyderabad? I think I've been in Hyderabad it was only 2 or 3 times. The most stops on the 787 I think was had lots of stops in Montreal, in Austin, and what else? In Detroit and Minneapolis, exactly. Yeah, those destinations. Yeah, I had a lot of them. Yeah, that's true. Minneapolis. How could I forget? I think now we're reaching 10,000 yet. Alright, let's continue. So we're going to try 300. So now it's got thrust ref, enough speed, 30,000. And here we got a top descend already, so maybe we're not going to quite reach it. No way. What's going on? Right, we got smoke. Where do we have smoke? The problem is interesting. It doesn't say anywhere like no, I mean I have not set any failures. These are service-based failures. So we would have to send someone back and check the freight here. Maybe it's just elephant. So maybe the elephant had something to eat which wasn't good for it. So just saying. No, every panel is clear, that's the thing. So, interesting, right. And what about checklists? Right. So a quick look here. Smoke. Smoke, fire, fumes occurs. Remove power from the ignition source. Land the airplane as soon as possible if needed. Diversion may be needed on oxygen mask and doors if needed. Right. I mean, we can do the recirculation fans. I don't mind that. So recirculation fans, APB there, switch off. No, they're not a threat right now. Looks more like a mark probably. Source of smoke, fire, fumes is obvious. No. Continue page 3. Advice cabin. Yeah. Cabin utility off. Initiate a diversion. Right, I'm going to continue to the destination anyhow. As I. So the thing is, it's not really cargo smoke. That's the thing as a as a message. And I'm surprised because normally smoke, you would normally get like lavatory smoke, you would get cargo smoke. I would expect it's a message like, upper cargo smoke or, lower cargo smoke or something, but just to have a smoke caution. It's not even a warning yet. Exactly. So it's a weird kind of message. Let's consider immediate landing if smoke. Okay, do not delay landing. That's fine. Now, what it does now is you would isolate the packs one after the other and see if the smoke comes from the pack system. So we can try that. So center bleed air isolation closed. Then left pack switch off. Left pack off. Trim air switch off. And then do not accomplish the following checklist. Pack left, trim air left. Now it might be a good idea if we stop level 220. And that way we're going to stay just here. Execute. Right, so we're going to wait 2 minutes to see if the smoke disappears. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, if there were IRL, I would have turned back to Muscat. That would have been an easy decision, Lee. The only reason why I'm continuing to our destination is because A, I haven't planned the issue, so it's completely random, and it's not a long flight. Right, so we're going to be landing in about 30 minutes anyways. So it's a bit longer than returning to Muscat, yes, but as it's a caution, it's not a warning, and we don't have any obvious sign of smoke anywhere. It's not cargo smoke, and it's not cargo fire. Yeah. But yes, indeed, you would, in this case, the next option, so if you were over the Atlantic, let's say, you would already head to the next airport, no matter what. It's true, it's hard to die here in the sim, but of course we do normally want to keep the things as realistic as possible, right? And you can see that the checklist, and that's why I'm going through the checklist, and we've talked about this not too long ago. We actually had this checklist up as well. Is to go through, in principle, what you're doing, all right? So this one actually stops after you've done both packs, and then the checklist stops. Now, in the Airbus, it goes further, where you would start to switch off the heavy electric components to see if it's the electric that's causing the issues. But here it doesn't. Right, so now that we have waited for the 2 minutes, we'll say no to see what happens next. Right, left pack switch auto, trim switch auto, and then right pack off, and right trim switch off. And again, wait another 2 minutes to see if it helps. And the next page, only has you switch back the pack, and then you would go to smoke and fumes removal if you need it. Yes, the cabin utility was in a checklist pretty early on, and it's just one of those components that is not important for the flight, and it draws a lot of power, and is hidden mostly. So all these cables, and below the seats or in the ceiling, they are hidden, just like from the Swiss air crash many years ago. That was caused by wires from the entertainment system, so that just takes away the current from those systems. And oh, Lilo, I forgot to say thank you. Lilo, thank you so much. I don't know why I missed your resub. Lilo, thank you so much for the 38 months. Much appreciated. And Captain Mitchell, thank you for the 32 months.
Hey Smile, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you? There we go. Another flyby. Brilliant. Oh, Ghost, no, it didn't show up here. Maybe try... Do you have the option to try it again? If not, Ghost, thank you so much for your resubscription. Thank you so much for that. Well, if they open a cockpit window, then they had smoke in the cockpit. Right, so 2 minutes is over. We've waited, and then let's say the smoke is decreasing. Yes. Right. Okay, so now if we say yes, then that means the smoke is coming from the right-hand system, the right pack system. Simple as that. And so now it says leave as is. If we had pressed no, then we would have switched on the pack system again. And then go through the smoke removal. Apparently found a headphone charger, which is, had a headset set of fire. Okay, wow. Yeah, IRL, I mean, having a oh yeah, after takeoff we have to check after the checklist is complete as well. Next is going to be descent. So definitely that's something you know IRL you do not want to have. I remember that I think I had in my career I had like 2 or 3 laboratory smoke warnings or cautions, and that gets your heart up as well, your heart rate up. Beautiful. So gorgeous. But luckily, as it's laboratory, you know, you can send the flight attendants there. Usually flight attendants get the same warning in the back, and they already do their procedure and then give you feedback. People smoking. Every time someone was smoking. Yeah. Okay, let's have a quick look here. It doesn't work, so you can't get the weather through here. Alright, let's get the weather through this page here then. So we have weather currently 150 at 7, which means it's going to be runway 12. 42 degrees. Good God. Yeah, so we have Yankee arriving at about runway 12. QNH 1000. That's right. So I'm presetting the QNH. And then what shall we do? I am going to go with a flat 25 landing. And quickly calculate the performance. So we're going to go to landing. Airport, Oscar, Mike, Delta, Whiskey. Yeah, no, just, yeah, Delta Whiskey. So it is Dubai, but it's the Al Maktoum. So it's a bit south of the airport. Runway 12, condition dry. And so we said it is 150.7, temperature 42, and altimeter also huge. Landing weight currently 246, so let's say 245. Yeah, let's say 245. No additionals, reverser, non-spoilers, automatic, flat 25, anti-ice off, brakes will take 2, calculate. So we need 245. What? 800 meters, that doesn't sound right. Alright, anyways, we'll start descent and quickly check the landing distance available. We have here runway 12 is 4.5 kilometers. Easy. Okay. So we'll start the descent. So we have idle, we have speed, and let's have terrain on here. And via the arrival. So we have a bit of high terrain here at Gidis 230, but it wants 11,000 below, and then rear up also at 10,000 below, 230 knots. Now we are going to request high speed, obviously, because the smoke warning. So that has been approved. So I'm going to go with 270. Invalid entry. Oh, that's right. 270, that's fine. Oh, sorry, come by Umami. Umami, so 12,000 below Umami. Then we have, yeah, we'll leave 270 there. 422, 425. And we're also going to go with 250 here. Sinpu, we're just going to just continue 250 high speed. And then here we're going to go slow down, so we are going to respect the 185 in here. Oops, okay, doesn't make that. Let's try 4,000. So that's that, and then we've got exit at 3,000 above, and then let me go with the charts here. Minus 1, 2. Oh, and of course Aviation Lifestyle says transition neutral. That's a long transition. Anyway. Yeah, we'll do that. But again, we're going to fly a bit faster. I'm just going to say that because of smoke, we're going to fly a bit faster here. 250, 250. Let's see. 8,000. .416 will take, yeah, we'll leave that. 240 is fine. However, here we can just take speed. No, it's 210. We'll go normal speed there, 210. Maybe we'll do a visual approach. Hey, Fishkop. Yeah, you missed a lot of action, and I didn't even enter any failures myself. So we have had anti-skid, had to stop the engines again, and get maintenance, and then smoke warning during the flight. Bit boring. Good. Okay, so we've done that. Let's check the nodes one more time. Make sure there's no things we have. Okay, that was the anti-skid, so we fixed that. Weirdly enough, that still remains, but that can be disregarded. So I can select order 2. So, yeah, we're going to fly the ILS-12 as it's shown here with the transition metri, and then the ILS-12 metri principal, and then we descend 2000 down Delta Whiskey 661, final descent, 3-degree profile. Minimum Cat 1 is 340 for Delta. So 340. So sensitive. 340. Yes, 340 minimums. And the missed approach goes straight up to Revel and up 3,000 feet for another approach. So 4,500 meters runway length. We need about 2,000. And here comes altimeters. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. 12,000 below at the next waypoint. Fantastic. Status, check status, cargo script. I'm wondering, is that because just a script that's broken? But it shouldn't really give us a smoke portion, that doesn't make sense. A bit weird. So, oh yeah, exactly. So this morning, my instructor, me, showed up on time, 9 o'clock. We opened the hangar door, walked inside the hangar, and guess what wasn't there? Our plane wasn't there. So it was already in maintenance. Nobody told us. So we talked to the chief yesterday evening, and he said, yeah, the aircraft still has 2 hours remaining. So go ahead, enjoy your flight. So maintenance took the aircraft without telling anyone. So now 12th. Hopefully on the 12th, the weather will be good for another flight. Keeping fingers crossed. So we have seatbelts on. Let's do a checklist. We have the descent checklist, recall. Let's do one more recall. Quick check. Trim air pack reads. That's all self. Switching. So recall was checked, nose checked, auto brake. Huh? Off? No, that's because of the anti-skip message that's still there. Right, landing data VREF 154, flap 25. Minimum is 340 feet. Approach briefing completed. Descent checklist completed. Approach checklist altimeter 1000 set. Approach checklist is completed. Max manual it is, yeah. Yeah, what we'll do, if there's no one on the approach, I think we're going to shoot for a visual approach. Ghost, I'm going to have to talk to my wife. At the moment, the problem is that my wife has been extremely busy with family stuff. And also some health issues. Although nothing bad. So it's nothing bad, nothing to worry about. It's just... yeah, she had lots of appointments, and so all in all, I didn't want to stress her with those cooking streams. So personally, I would love to do them. I just have to respect the fact that my wife, at the moment, doesn't really have the capacity to do them. So let's do that. So let's have a look. So the other airport should be here. So pretty much 2 o'clock is where the other Dubai airport is. You know what, Fish Cop? Maybe I'll ask you about for myself at some stage to get a full screening. Do you do calcium score stuff, Fish Cop? It's always good to have connections. Ghost, thank you much. I will let her know. Thank you. Good question. I don't know. Let's have a quick look here. Checklist. And then where would I find the maintenance pages though, Yoda? MCU menu. Okay. Then that maintenance info. Oh, hang on. Oh. And what now? You're not? Which one though? Which one show display? Not bad. That's pretty detailed. 24 electrical. Okay. Electrical. There you go. Brilliant, right? I wonder if they do the 787 stuff that detailed, which would be great. Oh, that would be really good. Not fully, okay. But I mean, the question is, like, you know, how would we flight sim pilots use that stuff? I mean, that's really technical, isn't it? Oh yes, Fishcop, please. I'm sure, Fishcop, in your hands, I would feel completely relaxed. I'm sure I would have a good time. I'm just looking. I keep looking at the messages. Is any news about the release from the A320 update? I think Lilo said 1900 UTC, which is about an hour from now. Now we are planning to fly back again to Muscat, so we'll do a quick turnaround, get the elephant offloaded, and man, it does look nice, doesn't it? It's really good. Update is out? Ooh, nice. Okay, thanks. Okay, look, so guys, then I give you the option. If it's already out, what I can do. Yeah, return leg in A220. I will let you decide, guys. shall we do A320? I can have a quick look here. MSFS. They have a freeware, good freeware scenery, which I can download. And I think they would have payware for so what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look at the airport here, at the scenery, and then I did promise that. And again, I haven't been given this for free. I've bought the add-on here, the airport add-on with no money, and but I did promise to give them a quick showcase. And then also Muscat. Yeah, there is a official payware scenery from Muscat as well. I'm pretty sure I have that. So we could do that in the A320 if you guys like, because I am curious to find out if the if those issues have been fixed, or how well that's been fixed. So let's go down to 3,000. 3,000 is set. Content is set. Yeah, I think that's the problem with the Aura X. FlyB757, thank you so much for watching. Take care. So if we see the airport, oh there we go, look at that. And let's go TCAS below. Let's check if there's any traffic. Dubai Al Maktoum traffic, Emirates 294 heavy on a downwind runway 12 in Dubai. Now I don't see anyone. Right, let's go visual, shall we? Here goes flaps 1. Speed brake is in. Flight director's off. And we'll take the bird on. Let's trim. Yeah, but I mean, thunderstorms in Microsoft, do they work? I don't think the weather radar works in the A320. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the last I've heard. There comes the airport, very nice. So this is the shorter runway, and we're going to land on the left one here. They can't implement it because some, yeah, so it doesn't make sense. So I would say we're going to try here in Dubai. Let's get some speed brakes out. Flaps 5. So we have the ILS DME indication here. Alrighty. So 3,000. We are at 6 miles. So we have to go outbound just a little bit longer to get the gear out. It's crazy, isn't it? How Microsoft, hey Bob. At least that works. Right, those flaps 15. We are at 7 miles. Yeah, that's still right. So let's go to base. Flaps are now 15. Lever system. So we are at 8 miles. Flights 25. Dubai, Maktoum traffic, Emirates 294, final 12. Look at that. So this is where the Palm is, right? And this is where the other airport is located. Flaps 25, final setting. Gonna add 5 knots. Read a landing checklist. Landing checklist. We have landing checklist completed. Let's get aligned with the runway. 2 red, 2 white. Now we just have to get the right attitude, the right pitch power, and then we're good. Not
1,000.
Let's check slightly from the right, not much. It's interesting that the power piece are located a bit
500.
a bit offset from the
400.
from the touchdown zone, and the touchdown zone just looks a little bit short. Well, again, it could be like that in real life. Right?
200. Approaching minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
that's a warning from the the elephant. Yeah, that's a warning chime. Why is there no warning? Yeah, that's a bit broken. That is a bit strange. Well, actually, let's go right hand side. I think the Emirates cargo is on this side, isn't it? And Ted, hello to you. How are you? Yeah, so for those that just joined, we're going to have a little bit of a different schedule now because I am also eagerly awaiting the A320 update, which apparently has been published, which is promising some performance improvements. And that's something, that's literally the only bigger thing that I criticized on my first flight with it. And I said I'm not going to fly it until they fix this. So I'm going to see if they fixed it, and then Haystack figure the elephant. Always enjoys my flights after such a beautiful soft landing. 100%. Left. I love the flight model of the 777 here, FlightFactor. Really nice. There we go. Emirates Sky Central. That's where we have to go. Let's go. That's the best one I've heard of for a long time. Oh god. Bug free. Qatar 777F rescued 5 beluga. That's nice. Okay, how did you do that? From Canada. Nice. Right, do we have the floating marshals again, or what's happening? No, we just have the oh yeah, we do have the floating marshals. I don't know what happened there, why they suddenly appear floating like that. I think that has to do with the sim heaven sceneries. That looks so good. Look at that. Shut down left engine or what? So just wait for the APU. Paul, I don't know. We already had a good laugh at that last time, so. There we go. That should now be on. It is, so we can switch off the engines. So. A3A shutdown checklist. So we have the park rate set. That's the shutdown checklist complete. Let's do 1 landing or 2, maybe 3 landing reviews. And then oh yeah. Now we can do spotter, active view, cinema. Can we do spotter? Hang on. We can do active view, external. Where was the spotter view? Cinema. Ah, there we go. Spotting, multicam spotting. So we can actually choose a spotting view. So we'll take. Let's take this one here. Oh, look at that! That is such a cool feature in Aura X. You can have several spotting views there as well. Look at that. Look how smooth it is. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. And yes. Ushaka, thanks so much for the offer. Give me a second. Let's see if we get the. That looks so good. So a quick view here. Let's have a quick view. Spotting. Hang on. Active view, external. Options. Reset spotting. All right, place the camera. All right, let's place another camera here. This time, oh, let's try that because the fence was kind of hiding the view. The app, it's called Aura X. So Aura X. That looks so good. One inside view, and then we'll try to update. Oh, nice, Labs cows, nice. GG's. That was a good landing. Arrow. Roblox, you've been practicing my Maktoum flight skills and I've passed my VATSIM test. Nice. 40 out of 40. GG's. Excellent. Well done. Good. Okay, so we are going to check now if we can install the update. So let me just quickly go into Microsoft. Oh shit! Oh, sorry. Yeah, we were in VATSIM. Good thing that nobody was there. Something went wrong with launching a game. Why? What's wrong with launching my game now? Hang on. You've got to be kidding me. Anyone else having issues loading it? Is that because so many people are updating now on the marketplace? Are you kidding me? Can somebody check maybe if they can log into Microsoft, please? You can. Okay, so what's wrong with my system then? No, it says, it keeps saying this. So that's Xbox. Xbox fixed gaming issue. What? I don't have, because I don't use Xbox. I know it's through the app, but let me have a look here. What's happening? So ended in Task Manager. Okay, checking. I don't think it's running in the Task Manager, but so let's have a start, and let's start it through the Xbox. No, it's something went wrong in the launcher. Windows Store. Okay, so Windows Store, Windows Store. Windows Store, apps, and I am logged in, yes. So I'm logged in. I don't know. All right, let me close that by Task Manager. I think it has to do something with all service running. I don't know. So you guys can log in without any issues. I can't. I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna go with Store and see if there's an update there. So apps, gaming, library, games, 2024. Yeah, I've got the marketplace. That's the thing. No, keeps getting me. It doesn't matter if I started from the Microsoft Store. It will not open. It's disappointed I used Explain, probably. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what else I can do, to be fair, apart from restarting the PC, but I don't think that's going to help. No. Will not launch. There's nothing really else open that can interfere with Microsoft, so Volanta end as well. So running game. You may be able to run the gaming services repair tool. Shouldn't really be an issue. Right, guys, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me quickly end the stream. I'll restart my PC and then I will be back in 10-15 minutes. And yeah, either I will have fixed it. If not, then I don't know. Then I think we'll go into DCS because otherwise it's going to get very late. But yeah, so give me 10-15 minutes. I'll try to restart the PC, try to get Windows running, and then see if that fixes the issue. Yeah, because sometimes, like I said, sometimes just something's missing in the background somewhere. Kind of an issue there, but we'll see. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, and give me 10-15 minutes. Hopefully things will work out and we could try out the A320 again. Thank you so much, everyone. See you soon.